What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This video, I just want to talk about really the future, what 2021 holds for this channel, for me, for us, and some new exciting developments. First and foremost, you got to understand is that through 2020, I took some time off for myself. I was working on so many projects, and I just didn't really have the right setup because I was traveling the whole time and it got stuck to really do videos. And you see, through 2020, I tried to do some videos and I just didn't like the outcome of them. I didn't really like the format. And so it was just kind of a little bit of stuff everywhere. And that was probably a really bad idea because it sent the wrong direction to you guys, to this channel. Whereas what we like to focus on here is macroeconomics, money, finance, and how we can perform at our best doing those things. Because the money game, ultimately, at the end of the day, is really the most important, whether you like that or not. Money is the ultimate tool, and money is how you get stuff done. So we all need to get there. We all need to get rich, because it's only then that we can really have the freedom to discover and find ourselves, and to find what we're really passionate about, and hopefully leave more than we take, and do some cool things for the rest of the world. So speaking about that, is for 2021, I do have, now that things are starting to get settled, I do have some big plans for the channel for this year. I want to get back to shooting some vlogs. We'll get back to doing some more face-to-camera stuff. We're going to start a new series on crypto. I'll be showing you some tools that I'm using, really just my setup and my workflow for trading, which I'm still actively trading, and we'll continue to cover, macroeconomics. The thing about macroeconomics is that once you really start getting into it, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's really depressing, actually. And so the more that you start to learn about monetary system and how these how these countries operate and the central banks operate, is worlds is actually a pretty good definition of it, because they are their own world. And it can be quite disheartening to really see and understand, rather, the deep mechanics of what's happening. And I think that's very depressing, actually. The longer you get into it, the more cynical you get. I mean, you look at Zero Hedge, you look at a lot of these YouTube channels, and they can't help it, but I mean, most of them are very cynical about what's going on right now, and they're all just secretly, waiting for the crash to happen so they can say, I told you so, and maybe sell some books. But at the end of the day, I don't really think that's the healthiest thing to focus on, and I really just think it's relevant when it affects your macro and it affects really what you're going for and trying to build. So we're going to take a change of direction. I feel like I've had my fill of just, making videos where I'm kind of complaining about unemployment numbers and the debt's getting bigger and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I think we all kind of know that stuff by now. And there's channels that definitely complain about it way better than I do. So I'll leave that up to them. So one of the things I want to talk about is right in front of you, and that is called Bull Run Forever, BRF. And that is the new direction, one of the new directions where I want to get back to my roots. This channel started as a cryptocurrency journey channel, and it was really just documenting my journey, and oh my God, some cringe fucking moments that we've shared together here over the years about just Jay and some of his ignorance into different investments and different ideas and things like that. So I want to get back to some of that, and I want to do it in a much more valuable way moving forward. I don't really think it's a good idea. I don't want that responsibility of like sharing, hey, this is what I'm doing specifically, because I just feel like then I'm liable in some sort of way for those that do it. So I don't think I'll get too deep into that, but we will definitely start covering it more. Like I said, I'll share my workflow, things like that. But this is really the one of the main directions, and I posted about it on the community tab. So if you happen to catch that image and check it out, then great. If not, then here you go. We've had 5 issues so far. I call them issues because they're very long. They are broken down into sections. It's very easy to follow. So we start with some sort of introduction, which this one we were talking about. Essentially, the IMF has created a layer 2 currency with what they're doing with the SDR, special drawing rights, which has been around for a very long time. And really just what they've now started doing is printing more of that. And essentially, they're accountable to nobody, and they can print as much as they want, and nobody really is keeping tallies of it, and nobody really knows how much has already been printed, and they can start issuing that out to countries, which they've done. In fact, on March 23rd, they greenlit a $650 billion production or allocation of SDR, which, I mean, where does that come from? So it's essentially a layer 2 on top of the banks. which is kind of funny because that's like cryptocurrency talk, right? But anyways, we break down, an introduction, and then we get into some charts, Bitcoin, altcoins, and then news, and of course, sponsors and different brands that are helping us make this reality, right? And I want to definitely focus more on the community and rebuilding that out, as well as highlight and emphasize those brands and companies that are getting behind us. I tend to be a really loyal guy in terms of the products that I use. Like, I've used the same greens for like the last 6-7 years. I've used the same nootropics for the last 6-7 years. I mean, like I said, when I find something that I like and it works, I just really see no reason to change it. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that, we're approaching quite a few companies. And even though the channel's a little bit stagnant, is with what I've got planned for this year, I want to revive that. I want to build this list up. This will turn into a paid newsletter at some point. I know, spoiler alert, but it will not stay free forever, especially with the amount of effort I put into these. These things take me 3-4 hours to whip up from start to finish. If you look, I mean, that was one issue right here. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, anyways, that's growing. It's great. We got a couple hundred people on there already, almost 300, I think. I want to get this thing into 10,000 people, and I need your help. So it's real simple. If you like what we're doing here, if you're still a loyal supporter, if you've been here since day one, and you love what we're doing, then it's simple. Go over here and sign up. It's free with your email. You'll get a ton of issues for free, even before we think about turning paid. So you get a ton of value out of it before we even, like I said, think about turning that paid. So don't let that turn you off in any sort of way. That's down the road, and as well as share this with people that you think it'll benefit. I mean, the issue with cryptocurrencies now is that it's so big and there's so much going on. Is it can be quite hard to follow, and I think that's people's biggest struggle now. Is, do we focus on the majors like Bitcoin and ETH, or do we focus on altcoins? And there's 2,000 plus altcoins. Do we focus on DeFi? Now there's DeFi. Now there's NFTs. Do we focus on that? And each one is its own microcosm, its own niche now, and it's getting to be very, very hard for people to follow because the space has grown that much. So anyways, that's what we're going to cover here, is mostly focus on cryptocurrency. And you see, like this is a touch, just a little scotch of macroeconomics, and that's how I like it. I like this flavor to where we just kind of we insert this where it's relevant, and we don't really harp too much on just what's going on. I do still run and write the other newsletter, which is the Empire Alerts newsletter. I've written over 470 issues. So if you want to like, talk about commitment wise, I started Bull Run Forever because I plan on writing this for years and years down the road. I've been writing the Empire Alerts newsletter for 3 years plus now. So it's going to be the same game here. I want to do this on the long term and get back to really what this channel is all about. And I'm having a lot of fun with this, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I hope if you are subscribed, you've been enjoying it. If not, go ahead and subscribe. What I'd love to hear from you below is, first, topics you want covered on this channel. Like, I'm sure you're sitting back and there's some stuff you're like, man, I wish Jay would just cover this. I wish he would just shoot some videos on this. Let me know in the comments below. Secondly, what is your favorite issue now? We've done 5 issues, so it's not too hard to go through them and really point out which one was your favorite on Bull Run Forever, which one was your favorite issue. And then if you want to just help us with the algorithms, I guess number 3 would be just comment, say something, whatever, down below, and comment, like, share, all that fun stuff, so that we get more eyeballs on this video. Thank you so much for sticking with me in this journey, and I'm super excited for what 2021 holds. Hopefully you're in a really great position in your life. I know a lot has changed. I'm rooting for you, and I'm hoping the best for every single one of you. All right, talk soon, my friends. See ya.